Okay. So this looks familiar. This is Slack. Okay. So we're gonna go through a bunch of stuff pretty quick. Okay, so on the left, we have home, which gets you your sidebar here. DMs is direct messages to you and another person, but you can also have multiple people in a DM. When you get to over 4, I would say you need to convert to a channel. So that's like kind of Slack etiquette. And if you go back to home, here are your channels. Channels are, distinguished by hashtags. And you can add channels by clicking the plus button, creating a new channel. You can have templates, but I never really do. And then conventional naming is the hashtag and then like two descriptors just so that it doesn't get confused with something else. So we'll stick with nursing stuff. Cardiology. Anyone a cardiology nurse? And then you make it private or public. So public, like anybody can see this channel. So be very careful about what you put in it. Even if like new people come to the company, it'll be one of the channels that pops up. And private is only specific people. So we'll do public. Add all 3 members or add specific people, but anyone can join. So if it's public, it kind of doesn't really matter. Okay, so there. Now we have a department cardiology channel. And I automatically added anyone that is on this work group. So getting into like advanced stuff. Any questions about just making a channel? No. Okay. All right. So up top, messages, add coworkers.
The basic Slack, that's free, right?
Yeah.
Up to a certain point, or is it always the whole thing is free?
So yeah, when I created this, it didn't cost anything. I didn't have to pay for anything, and it will have these ads like at 50% off Slack Pro, constantly. And then after you have, I don't know how many, but eventually these will all get grayed out, all prior messages, so you can't access your history, and that's really when they get you.
I was wondering if it's like the Zoom account, after 50-minute or 45-minute, it just, takes you off that meeting. Slack is not like that, right?
Not time bound. No, it's just you won't have access to all of your history, which if you're a big enough group of people and a big enough company, that happens pretty quickly. So, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go to the plus sign. Canvases. So this is more like project management. It's a tool, kind of like a project management scoping out tool. Lists are very cool. You can create a list. Here we go. Amber. Create a list and it gets pinned up top. So Slack has really done a good job of, well, what they're trying to do, right, is edge out those like project management tools that I talked about earlier, like Notion and Monday. They're trying to get you to stay within Slack. So this is one of those things that if you're a project manager, within the Department of Cardiology, you could create a list here after, say, a team meeting. Say, okay, what are, the action items from the team meeting? Like Brooke, like update the sheet, and then you can assign it to a person with a date, and then it becomes a project management tool, right? You can edit what the field is called. So this could be called due date. Sorry, faces and save. So it's really cool that you can customize this. So this could be like Department of Cardiology meeting action items. So welcome Kelly and Amber. We just got into, we built a channel, Department of Cardiology, and then I was going through some of the really cool features that Slack now has within these channels. And the reasoning behind it is they're trying to edge out Notion and Monday and all those project management tools so that you stay in Slack. So this was just an example of lists. Any questions about lists?
Nope.
All right, cool. Workflow. I don't use this one as much, but these are more lists that are just templates, and you can use them as workflows, pre-made. Weekly kudos. Let's click on that. Here's what the workflow will do. Starts February 10th at 9 a.m. and repeats weekly. send a message to the channel. So you can pre-schedule kudos to the team, say like, happy Monday, hope everyone had a good weekend, that kind of stuff. You can get really clever and creative and just customize it in all kinds of ways. And bookmarking, I love because if there's a team tool like a Google Sheet or an Excel sheet or something that you have to tie back to all the time, you can link a bunch of stuff within a channel, and it really does keep you all organized nicely. All right. Huddling. You can start a call within Slack, which is great. You just click on huddle. And I'm inviting Jeff. I should not do that right now. But you can allow, never allow. Let's do it. Okay, stopped. You can also copy a huddle link and then go post it in the channel and invite somebody directly. But I love that too. If you need to just have a quick one-on-one. So a one-on-one is a meeting, you know, like sometimes you'll call them coffee chats or just like usually it's with your manager and you in more of a tech company setting. It's very common to have a one-on-one meeting once a week for 30 minutes or less to check in, and really you as the like employee is responsible to come with action items or stuff to talk about, and you just pull up a huddle and join right there, and then you don't have to deal with scheduling a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet.
So it's huddling one-on-one, or it can
No,
be
it could
multiple?
be as many people as you want. Yeah. But the term huddle is usually like two people or like a team, like a project team.
So
A
how does
lot
it
of times,
control?
huh?
So how does it control if multiple people are talking? Like it
Oh,
allows only one person.
just the same. No, everyone can talk. It's like a normal meeting, just like this. Anyone can talk. Uh, Huddle, the term is from those one-on-ones and also like stand-ups in the morning. But you guys are nurses, you know what huddles are. All right. So you can star channels, so they stay up top, move channels, add templates. This is the same thing we went through, just a different access point. Okay, now down here, I do want to talk a little bit about like Slack etiquette. All right, Kelly and Amber, do you guys have a lot of Slack experience already? It's okay if you're busy or listening in.
I don't.
Okay, all
Yeah,
good.
which is great. I like that. This is really interesting.
Awesome. So etiquette. I think I said earlier on a talk at some point, like something about emojis, right? I find over rotating on the emojis and the exclamation points and the, fun things helps a lot with conveying, that you're not mad. A lot can be misconstrued in working remotely in tech and communicating. So, if I was going to write a message to all of you and it's like Monday morning, I wouldn't say like, you know, like, hi, everyone, like that. To me, that feels very cold and weird. What I would suggest is, hi, everyone, like that. I hope you had a good weekend. And like emoji over overdo it kind of thing. Yeah, that's my soapbox on that. Um, Within the messages, you can start threads. Threads are really important. Threads keep things clean, and it opens up the side panel here. It would be if you want to reply to that message, like, are you upset with me within the thread? Um, and as you can see, it's hidden in the main view. Okay, so it keeps it from getting all clogged up. Whereas if you were to write, that question that here, everything would just become invisible, and then you'll run out of free notes very quickly. But threads are great. And then if you want to open it up, you just click on it again and it opens up. Notifications are another thing I'd like to talk about. Here it says also send to Department of Cardiology. So right now, if I were to reply, the only person getting alerted that there's any message, like if you have your notification settings onto that, is Olivia, the person that replied, that started it. But if I click this little box, also send to #cardiology, if there was 50 people on that channel, everyone would get a notification. All right, so that's another etiquette kind of thing. Like absolutely, if everyone it's urgent and they need to see it, then absolutely do that. But it's a good feature. And then within the boxes, there are some shortcuts. So you can click on these, um, bold. You can click up here, bold, italicize, strike through. You can do that. Or if you do a star and then another star, it will make it bold. Okay, so that's a little trick. You can, do you guys know how to do the links, URL links in text?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the fourth one.
Yep. So if you highlight
Yep. The little.
the text and click the link, and no, let's do ShadowNurse. Now it's blue. And if you hover over it, it's a link to the URL that I put. Bullet points. The shortcut for bullet points is or indent, control, enter. I'm just doing this instead of having to click enter. Otherwise, if you hit enter, it will send the message. I've done that many, many times when I didn't mean to. So it's control enter on a Dell, and then I think it's command return on a Mac. I'm flying through this stuff right now. Does anybody have any questions? Not yet.
No, it's a lot like Teams and Google, the other Google's products.
Yes, if you've used Teams or GChat, yes, it's very similar functionality. I will say that Teams is more centered around yeah, Teams, and they have their own Docs and Excel and it's more Microsoft based. So when you're linking documents, it can get a little bit, to me, it's a little more hard to find docs and links. Yeah, but it's much better than not having a cloud-based platform to work on. Here, it's more integrated with Google Suite, the Google Cloud platform, and same with GChat, obviously, Google Chat. So in this, like I said earlier, is really being built out to be more robust in terms of competing with those other platforms for project management, whereas GChat and Teams are not so much. So, but yeah, they're all pretty powerful. Let's see. What I love about this is how you can organize things so easily and make it look nice and clean. Like if you wanted, again, to summarize action items, make a nice list. 1, eat dinner. 2, eat dessert. And then you can highlight and make a nice, pretty definition. Okay. Cool. This is code. Do any of you guys write code? You don't need to write code. You do? Give me some code.
I do. I developer course.
Give me some code. I mean, I think you could do this too. And then it just becomes embedded. It's just a little bit more permanent. And this is like a code box. So for engineers that are collaborating, so you'll understand this, you can type code with the same indentations and everything that's necessary, and then you can copy paste it. You can also code within Slack. I don't know how to do that. It is not anything that any of us will need to do unless you're working as an engineer. But that's something that the other tools definitely don't have. This was designed for engineers first, and then it's kind of grown into more of a team tool. Okay, this is how you add documents. So if you have something on your computer, you upload it here. This is the same workflow button, just a different way to access it. Lists like we made here. This is a recent file we made. GIFs or GIFs in Canvas we talked about. Formatting, hides the formatting, the emojis. So if I wanted to be in this channel, but I just wanted to alert, Jeff directly of something, then I can do that. I have to get out of this code box. Okay, there it is. Record a video clip. This is really cool and a really good feature because if you are sharing something with somebody async, like I just finished a project and I wanted to do a quick video clip of me demoing it and then send it to you on Slack, it's all within here. The recording, the volume, everything is just right in here. And all you do is click share screen and it will share your screen and you can demo it. That saves you a ton of time if that's how your workflow is. You can also record audio clips, but my permission just isn't set up yet on my computer. So that's the box, the text box. Any question about that? Okay. All right, awesome. So channels. This is fun. Let me create another channel. Somebody give me a name of a channel. It can be anything. Anything at all.
Patient list.
All right, patient list. So we'll keep the same naming schema. Add, and then maybe PTO requests. I tried to get nurses to use this at one of my jobs. It didn't work. But you could see how it would be pretty cool. So when you use Slack for a while, you'll end up with a lot of channels. So you can actually organize them, manage, create section, create section. Very powerful. So we could do like PTO, create, and then PTO requests will go up under there so that you can hide them easily. Should be able to right there. So if it's just one, I guess you can. And then we can make another one. Again, go to channels, create a section. We can do team. You can use little emojis to help you see what's there too. Just, a little visual cue. Training. And hide that one. So you can customize it that way. No one else will see those organizing. That's just you. That's your own view. Okay. You can also hide direct messages. Apps. You can literally add any app you want. You get notifications anytime somebody updates anything in your Google Drive that you're attached to or shared with. I find it a little bit annoying. If you want to add your calendar to it, your Google Calendar, it will alert you before meetings, which can be helpful if you're deep in work. That can be helpful. Zoom's nice because if you need to add a Zoom meeting, there's a shortcut. It's /Zoom, and then it will actually generate a meeting for you. So that's actually a very cool feature. If you're talking to somebody and like, hey, you want to hop on a Zoom call, you can do that, or you can use the huddle. But /Zoom will get you a Zoom meeting generated. Trello is like Notion, another project management tool. You can poll people. That's fun. Jira, does anybody know what Jira is? So Jira is another project management tool that engineers use, and most tech companies use it to submit tickets. So instead of going to like IT, to ask them to come fix your computer or something, you'll go to Jira and type a ticket.
Yep, I've used that.
Yeah. And if you add it here, then you can actually create a Slack channel and just like type in what you need and it will populate a Jira ticket directly to the engineering team. So like think about when you're on the unit, or at your job and you need help with some tech thing, how much easier would it be to just go in here and type like, hey, my computer's not working. Much easier than waiting on the phone for IT for.
Right. It reminds me of all of that stuff that you utilize, like notes, that notebook, Teams, sending out like your hubs for, your work environment, like Workday or whatever. This is like the one-stop shop, I guess.
Yep. It's a centralized tool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the stuff, the engineers that made these things are trying to make the team most efficient. Like that's the whole goal of all these tools. They want to be able to build and launch things as quickly as possible and beat their competition, right? So this is all in the name of that. But yeah, you can see how you can literally integrate anything in here. But fair warning about the notifications. Okay, you're flying. Activity, notifications, more. This is just another way to access all of those things in all the navigation bars. Okay. If you have more than one company that uses Slack, you can add more than one workspace so that you only have to come to one Slack area to do that. And then just another one. Your request, yes, please give me PTO. Okay, so this is your profile. you can upload a photo, add name, pronunciation, set your status. This is a good one. So if you're out on vacation, you can put vacationing, out sick, commuting, and that's also good remote work etiquette to put what your status is. You can say I'm out vacationing. Good. Preferences are here, account settings, view your files. So anything that you upload in here or generate in a file will actually be stored under your name, which is pretty cool. Set yourself as away, and that snoozes your notifications. I would recommend getting the app on your phone if you do, work at a company that has Slack and pause, silence your notifications, but it's really convenient. And then like if you have to go to the store, you can go to the store and still be like working. 100% do that. And your email, start date, just fun little things.
Are you going to send us a link for this particular group, Slack link?
An interesting idea. You can just download it for free. It's totally free. And then you can play around with it and do, whatever you want with it. But I think for you guys, I could do that since you guys.
Yeah, I think because I have several Slack links for each company. So I would think ShadowNurse would have to get their own.
ShadowNurse, we have our own. Yeah, we have our own for sure. But in terms of the conference, yeah, I just made this one as a quick like demo account, which is why there's nothing really in it. But yeah, if you guys want a place to play around, for the four of you, I think I could invite you to it if you wanted that. There's no corporate stuff in here at all.
Yeah.
Is that something you would like?
Yeah, like a common link that we can all, you would have to put our name in it.
Yeah.
Like the four of us, or I don't know, maybe everybody. I have no idea if you would do it as a
No,
company.
not everyone. That'd be a lot of people. But for you guys, I can, because you're doing the advanced workshop.
So other people are not going to use Slack down the road?
No, they will.
It's a messaging app, so I would think everybody would benefit.
Yeah, I definitely encourage people to download it and learn how, and then you can put it on your resume for, remote roles and applications for sure. Okay.
Yeah, at least you can do one for all of us. Yeah, that would be nice.
Will do.
Thank you.
Okay, so this shows you your recent activity. This is what we made, who I talked to, what apps I was playing with, other things I made. So that's good if you need to quickly get back to something. I'm not going to upgrade the plan. This is where you invite other team members. This is where I would invite you guys. You can invite as members or guests. This is cool. So I mentioned this. This is where if you are working with another company, like if, this fake company Access was going to work with another company, we can collaborate within our Slack group, which is awesome. And then hide, the internal channels from that entity and just give them permission to, what we want them to see. That's where you do that.
But that's a pro account, right? It says pro account, so that's the paid account.
No, it's just no, I didn't pay for anything. This is just a trial. It's free. So in 7 days.
Yeah, but I think it said if you go beyond something, then you have to have a pro account. I didn't read the details.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, filter sidebar, unreads only. So now I only see the unreads. Ice cream, yes, please. You can see us messaging back and forth. Hello from us. I love Slack. I could play on it all day long. Tools and settings. Okay, customize workspace. So this is if you're the admin of the account. You can determine what each of these defaults are, what the workspace icon is. Slack bot. You can set up custom responses based on what people, like if they put a like an indicator like hashtag ice cream, then could automatically generate a response that's maybe like a form that where you put what your order is. So that's what Slackbot is. You can tell it what to do. Statuses, you can customize that as well. You could change this in a meeting to 30 minutes. This will go away after 30 minutes. Save that. So you can get really, however you want for your business or your company. We'll go back. Tools and settings. workspace settings. It's not what I'm looking for. Here. Okay, preferences. So this is your own stuff. Okay, so what we were just looking at is company level. This is where you would edit your notifications. So I only want to see direct messages, mentions, and keywords. Mentions is the at. So if anybody ats you in any channel, then they're mentioning you. Notify me when a huddle starts in one of my channels. Notify me about replies to threads. I would recommend that one because the threads do get buried. And if people don't remember to at you necessarily, then you might miss some stuff. You will probably miss some stuff. Allow notifications. You can set, your working hours. Always allow notification for VIPs. And you can create a VIP list if there's somebody that you never want to miss anything from, like your boss. Navigation, that's that sidebar that we looked at. So you can actually add stuff like if you use lists all the time or files, and it will pop up over here. Okay. Appearance is my favorite. What color should we do? There's light and dark theme. Engineers use dark theme a lot. I don't know why, but they do. Pink, blue. This is how you play around with that when you're bored or need a change. I like that one.
Maybe a neutral color.
You want neutral? Okay. Gray. Banana. Custom themes. You can pick the colors of your company. Messages and media. Oh, save. Messages and media. Clean and compact. If you're somebody like me that likes minimal stuff, then I like compact quite a bit. Skin tones. And good. Language. You can change your time zones. Accessibility. If you have anything that you want to add for accessibility purposes, you can. Mark is red. Yeah. Okay, I was seeing if there is a way to read something and then mark it as unread. There's a shortcut that I have. Mark all messages as, oh, here we go, Alt, and then click the message. That's super powerful because sometimes, especially if you're on your phone, like grocery shopping, you don't want to read something that is important and you don't want to forget about it. Then just, hold on it and click the message and it will go back to unread. Audio and video. Oh, no. Salesforce owns Slack. So that's why that's there. Connected accounts, privacy and visibility. Advanced. This is coding stuff. You can create more shortcuts or different, shortcuts on your keyboard. If you type something or want something a lot, you can do that in here. I'm losing my voice, guys. All right. Now look, it says VIP. So you can set it up pretty quick. You can, make it how you want it really quickly and play around with it. But what I just showed you, honestly, like put that on your resume that you can use Slack. You'll be able to use it and speak to it. So what questions do you have?
I think we just have to play around with it. Some of the stuff you taught us, I'm sure we're going to forget when we're doing it. So we'd have to YouTube something and just.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I just like going in there and poking around.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. And like I said, this tool on your resume as a nurse is going to go far. This is the most important one to get on there.
I really like it that it's a project management based because when I've always been working remote, right? And a lot of these, we start a project and this kind of keeps everything all in one spot, all in one place. So I think this is very, I'm finding this very exciting and I'm looking forward to using it. It's
nice. You don't use it where you work remotely now?
We use mostly Teams. Early on, we were using Google, and then of course, or Gmail, whatever. It's all Google. Yeah. And then so now we're using Teams mainly, but it lacks certain things. Like this seems like it has all of the different Microsoft separate apps, like all together. So it's really neat, and I think I've always wanted everything to be centralized because everything else is like segmented with Microsoft products. So this is really, it brings it all together.
Yeah. Yep. Here's Outlook. So use that for email. Get in there.
Yeah.
Slack for Outlook. Yeah. And they make it very intuitive so you can
Right.
onboard pretty
It's
quickly.
kind of dummy proof, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't show you the search bar. You can search like anything up here from forever ago, and it will show you anything related to it. So here's my messages about ice cream, and then you can click right into it. So that's very helpful. And if I had, let me do one of these. Pin the conversation. Pins. This is another one of my favorite features, especially with documents. If something's posted and you think it's super cool, then you can hover over it and click on the three dots and click pin or unpin, and then it will save it up here so you can access it very easily. Okay.
What is Add Canvas? I don't think I've ever used that. Is that
Canvas,
designing?
yeah, it's more of a project manager tool. I'm not super familiar with it because it's not something that I've seen other people use it. Where is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's definitely user friendly, all inclusive. So just a learning process.
Yeah, whenever you say canvas, I think Canva, where it's the creativity.
Yeah. I love Canva. Okay, it's 3:00. So we're gonna head back for Jules's talk, which is gonna be amazing. And so for like the second portion of this, I'm going to send out a pre-recorded dive into actual like coding with it and stuff like that. It just takes a little bit more effort, and it made more sense for me to do that and record it. So I'm gonna send that out within the next week is my goal to get everybody all of the materials from the conference.
Cool.
So keep an eye out for that. Okay. So it's going to get more in depth, but I thought I'd do this live part and then get you more details within the next week. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Great.
Thank you all.
Thank you. It's good talking to you.
Next session.